Principal Education Officer in the Department of Education, and Mr. Juan Williams, Deputy Principal Education Officer in the Department of Education, other education officers, principal, teachers and staff, parents, supporters, well-wishers, special invited guests, members of the media, and our students, good afternoon and welcome. As we know, St. Kitts and Nevis is a very blessed country, and as such, before we proceed with anything, we must ask God's blessings over the proceedings. As such, I welcome Mrs. Omel Brown, the Education Officer, to bless the proceedings.
Good afternoon. Will we all stand for prayer? All heads bow. Heavenly Father, we approach your throne of grace with praise and thanksgiving, humbly beseeching your holy presence and divine intervention among us here today as we host this elocution contest. Grant guidance, wisdom, and protection on the organizers of this event. Grant special blessing and anointing, mighty God, and all the participants. Give them confidence, courage, fluency as they make their various presentations. Remember the government officials, education officials, parents and teachers, and all other children who are here today. Cover them with your grace and mercy. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Brown. I would ask that we remain standing. Apologies for the up and down. However, we are about to proceed with the national anthem. Can I get some silence in the auditorium, please? Students, I would like you to bear in mind that this is an official activity for you and your classmates and peers. And so you should show some respect as the proceedings are going on. We will continue with some rules as we proceed, but during the event, we ask that you be respectful and mindful. Okay, can we do that? All right. So we're about to sing the national anthem, and on my program, it says that the audience will sing. As such, it means that you should not hear me over this mic, because I was invited here because I speak well, not because I sing well. Okay, so we're gonna do us both a favor, and we're gonna sing lustily and proudly to be citizens of this federation. Students, are you ready to sing the national anthem? Okay, we're just gonna disregard the other part of that. Okay, after 2, 1, 2.
Beauty, our country, where peace abounds, thy children stand free.
That was beautiful. Thank you so much, and you may be seated. I now invite to the podium Mr. Jamira Claxton, Principal Assistant Secretary, to give some brief remarks. Remember, we are being mindful and we are being respectful. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I cannot hear you. Good afternoon, everybody. Okay, it's truly a pleasure to be here this afternoon to bring remarks on behalf of the Ministry of Education. And when I say it's a pleasure, for 2 previous editions of this elocution contest, I was all set to be here, not to give remarks, but to be here because I've heard how wonderful it is. And on both occasions, I was delayed overseas, and the second one, there was a personal issue which prevented me from being here. So I'm happy to be making my debut at the elocution contest this afternoon. And unfortunately, I was asked to bring brief remarks. When I looked at the program this afternoon, when I entered here and began perusing it, I really expected to see brief remarks next to my name. I only saw remarks, but I intend to be brief this afternoon because I'm one who believes that occasions such as these, that it's about the students who will be taking part this afternoon and not the extra fluff of speakers who precede these students. So I will be brief. I want to, at this point, extend apologies on behalf of the Honorable Troy Liebert and also Permanent Secretary Zanella Claxton, who are away on official duties, but they've both asked me to convey best wishes to everybody who is involved, especially the participants and the organizers. They will be watching once they get an opportunity because we're expected to stream live today. This afternoon elocution contest for me is more than a contest. I think it's a celebration of our brave students who will be engaging in public speaking this afternoon. And I really want you to give the participants a round of applause because me, myself, I'm not the bravest person and I never got an opportunity to be in an environment like this when I was that age. In an activity like this allows them the opportunity to build confidence, sharpen their public speaking skills, while I was made aware that they will be doing it to local literature this afternoon. So again, to the organizers, I think that is a very creative means of developing our students. To the students, I want to say regardless of what, and I don't want to put any pressure on the judges, regardless of what the judges say this afternoon at the end of the contest, you are all winners at the end of the day because you would have gotten an opportunity to really engage the public and show what you're made of when it comes to the expression of words. I want you to know that, and this has been my experience, and this was told to me by one of my professors some time ago, that your power and expression of words will become one of your greatest characteristics. Trust me when I say that. It will become one of your greatest characteristics. So to the organizers, I want to say best wishes. Let us continue to support and celebrate initiatives such as these because they really provide an opportunity for our students to holistically develop themselves. So in all, I want to wish the participants best of luck and let what you do here this afternoon inspire us all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Claxton. We are moving along nicely, and we invite to the podium Ms. Teres Dorr, Education Officer, to give an introduction of today's theme, This is Wali. Please welcome her.
So this is on right now his is on.
Good afternoon, everyone. Madam Moderator, kindly allow me to adopt the protocol that has been established. Welcome to Nevis, the soul of the Caribbean, a land of resilient people. This is Wali. Nestled in the heart of the Leeward Islands, Nevis, once called Wali by the Kalinago people, is a gem of history, heritage, and natural splendor. This island whispers many tales, penned in the words of Marcella Queely Jones, Cheryl Barrett, Gail Dorr, Delison Roper, Sherry Dorr, Hansel Manners, Avril J. Farrell Elliott, Harvey Hendrickson, Tafari Ayinde, Kenny Easy Warner, Ricky Dokubi Brandy, Belva Brown, and the late Shirlene Evelyn, among many others. Nevis invites you to experience a culture that's as deep as its waters and as warm as its people. Have you seen it, our mountain? With stratus clouds about its summit, the hills standing nearby display their greenery that runs into the valleys. Different shades of green are seen all around. Its people display love and kindness. They have held their culture for generations. As one traverses the country, the smiles of its people are contagious. Yes, you just smile back and they wave too. Absorbed they are in our history and culture. From the majestic rise of Nevis Peak, Uwale, Uwale, and I can't sing much more than that. So a small island in the West Indies, so refreshing like the ocean breeze. Our little paradise, you better believe. Natural beauty, so serene. You know that we are the land of queens. Visitors come and never want to leave. I want to shout it from Nevis Peak, right down to Pinny's Beach. How Nevis nice, how you are so dear to me. My sweet, sweet Uwali. Every corner of the island pulses with life and legacy. This is Uwali.
Thank you, Ms. Dorr. I hope we all took note of what is Uwali, and I hope the students took note of the long list of names that was called here just a few minutes ago. You too can be listed very, very soon. As a matter of fact, you can be listed now. You don't have to be a certain age to write a song, write a poem, make a change, make a name, okay? We will now have the overview of the judging criteria and the introduction of the judges, and that will be done by me. Okay. Okay. The overview of the judging criteria. As we may be aware, the elocution contest is a particular style of speaking that emphasizes clarity, expressiveness, and proper pronunciation. On this merit, the Ministry and Department of Education has organized its elocution contest in hopes of fostering confident and articulate oral speakers. This year's competition will be highlighting our local poems and songs art form, which is an important part of our Nevisian culture and history. The presentation pieces capture the essence of the theme, This is Uwali. The competition rules. The contest is open to all students of the public and private schools in Nevis and is divided into two categories: primary school and secondary school. Primary school students will present both in the individual and choral rounds. The secondary school students will present only in the individual round. There will not be a choral round for secondary school students. The individual piece will be presented by one student only, not two, not three, one. The choral team for the primary school will comprise of 5 to 10 students, no less, no more. The selected texts are derived from local Nevisian poems and songs, and the various pieces will be presented in time of 2 minutes per piece. Some pieces will contain the Nevisian dialect. Therefore, participants will not be penalized for reciting words in the manner in which they were composed. So teachers, when you hear a competitor on the stage when they say Abi, just note it's a part of the song and therefore will not be penalized if that is the case. Okay, so please pay attention to the rules. Points will be awarded based on the judging criteria. The decisions of the judges are final. The judging criteria. The judges will be looking for and listening for indications of correct pronunciation of words, no use of dialect unless expressly used in the original composition of the piece being presented. Enunciation, that is correct use of and stress and enunciation. Use of a natural voice with relevant emotion. Engagement of audience and judges through eye contact. Confidence of presenter. How the costumes and props enhance the presentation. Overall impression demonstrating mastery and understanding of piece and accurate recall of lyrics. Today's contest will be adjudicated by an esteemed panel of judges, which includes Ms. Shalissa Glassford, Director of VIP and My Services at the Nevis Tourism Authority. She is our chief judge for this evening. Mrs. Anastasia Paris Morton, Chief Librarian at the Nevis Public Library, Ministry of Education and Library Services, et al. Dr. Kamara Louisi, Lecturer, Tutor, and Veterinarian and Entrepreneur. Mr. Shaquem Paris, Administrative Assistant at Daniel Brantley Attorneys at Law, and Mr. Andrew Williams, Trust and Fiduciary Administrator at Trident Trust Company. To give you an overview of what makes these persons so qualified to judge today's competition, Ms. Shalissa Glassford, she's the Director of VIP and Meeting Incentives Conference and Exhibitions or Events. That is what MICE stands for. At the Nevis Tourism Authority, where she designs high-end travel experiences and promotes Nevis as a premier global destination. Beyond her corporate success, Shalissa is a passionate person about her community and development and education, empowering youth through vision boarding and personal development coaching. Shalissa is committed to nurturing the next generation of leaders by encouraging creativity, intentionality, and lifelong learning. Mrs. Anastasia Paris Morton, Chief Librarian at the Nevis Public Library in the Ministry of Education and Library Services, et al., often leads educational initiatives that pique the interest of both young and older persons alike, expanding their reading taste. Her everyday work habits foster an environment that educates visitors to the library on how to conduct research and find general information on topics, learn about experiments to try, among many other skills and crucial areas which will help them better become equipped to navigate the world at large. Dr. Kamara Louisi, lecturer, tutor, and veterinarian, and entrepreneur, has a diverse educational background and holds a Bachelor of Arts in History with a special focus on critical theory and history of women in the Caribbean. As a former teacher, she taught agricultural science and history at the Gingerland Secondary School and communication studies at the Charlestown Secondary School. Mr. Shaquem Paris, he's an administrative assistant at the Daniel Brantley Attorneys at Law and holds an associate's degree in general business studies and currently pursuing a bachelor's in business enterprise. He's an avid lover of public speaking and youth empowerment. He has served as co-host of the nation's Youth Impact Award ceremony and other significant culturally related activities. His passion also extends into media, where he continues to make positive mark. Dr. Andrew Williams. Mr. Andrew Williams. I see it for you. Mr. Andrew Williams. Trust and Fiduciary Administrator at Trident Trust Company, is a youthful singer whose passion and creative vision for music is undeniable. In 2003, Drew was honored by the Nevis Cultural Department by receiving Palm Music Award. He launched his musical career as a solo artist, Drew Dean, and is no stranger to public performance. To date, he has launched 2 albums and continues to leave a lasting impression on the global music scene. Ladies and gentlemen, our judges for today's activity. Please put your hands together for them. So, all right, we are getting ready for the exciting part of this afternoon. I am tired of talking. I think you're tired of listening to me. And we're here for the competition. So we're getting ready to do just that. Before we begin, if I may, judges, the lights may not be able to dim. As such, when the curtain Wonderful. So ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the Charlestown Primary School.
Lovely Nevis, written by Hansel Manners. Man, hold on there. How do this your way? Close that.
What you're going to do, when you go back out there, introduce yourself again, okay? Start fresh, right?
I gotta close that, bitch. I gotta close that.
It's good now? Okay, he's going to start again. Go and pull his screen. Ready again? Okay, don't worry, you're fine. Just have your back.
Nevis, lovely Nevis, written by Hansel Manners. Nevis, lovely Nevis, land of trees and sun and clean fresh air. Nevis, lovely Nevis, land of people smiling, nice and gay and peaceful too. You are never sad when you come by here. The lovely trees and flowers all around the country, the clean fresh air that blows across the plain, the quiet and the peace, and the welcome that you feel are things you can't refuse. So come again to Nevis, lovely Nevis, the tales of history you are sure to find here. Oh, forget that. Montpellier and Mount Travers and Fort Charles, Jamestown and Saddle Hill, Eden Brown and Nelson Spring were famous in their time. So welcome now to Nevis, lovely Nevis, the Christmas masquerades in their costumes, the beaches where you go to beat the heat, the string band in the village, the big drum in the street. Make it a paradise. So come again to Nevis, lovely Nevis.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together again for the Charlestown Primary School. And you guys know, they're going with me. And you guys know what I'm enjoying most about this? All the students are cheering, and not just the Charlestown Secondary School. I love this. Good sportsmanship. Oh, sorry, did I say secondary? Thank you for holding me accountable. All right. So we're going to give our next participant some time to set up their presentation. And in the meantime, I'm just going to give a brief roll call. Can I hear it for the Maud Cross Preparatory School? The Ivor Walters Primary School. The Elizabeth Pemberton Primary School. The St. Thomas's Primary School. I think somebody may have brought more students than they were supposed to. But I love that you guys have school spirit. Keep it up. The Nevis Academy. Lovely. Joycelyn Liebert Primary School. Violet O. Jeffers Nichols Primary School. Lovely. Montessori Academy. Okay. St. James's Primary School. You know what this is telling me? That the parents have been giving their children the vitamins because they have the lungs and the voice, okay? I don't think any adult-filled room can give us a cheer and representation that like these students have been giving us. All right, so put your hands together for all of the primary schools. Should I try the secondary schools? All right, let's hear it for the Gingerland Secondary School. And let's hear it for the Charlestown Secondary School. I think the primary school students are cheering more for the secondary schools than they are, but that's besides the point. School spirit is important regardless. So ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to continue. Judges, are you ready? Absolutely, good. We now welcome the Maud Cross Preparatory School.
Silence, please.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. My name is Jalen Nisbet, a representative of the Marcos Preparatory School, reciting a poem entitled Nevis Lovely Nevis, written by Hansel Manners. Nevis Lovely Nevis. Nevis Lovely Nevis, land of trees and sun and clean, fresh air. Nevis Lovely Nevis, land of people smiling, nice and gay and peaceful too. You are never sad when you come by here. The lovely trees and flowers all around the country. The clean, fresh air that blows across the plain. The quiet and the peace and the welcome that you feel are things you can't refuse. So come again to Nevis, lovely Nevis. The tales of history you are sure to find here. Montpelier and Mount Travers and Fort Charles, Jamestown and Saddle Hill, Eden Brown and Nelson Spring were famous in their time. So welcome now to Nevis, lovely Nevis. The Christmas masquerades in their costumes, the beaches where you go to beat the heat, the string band in the village, the big drum in the streets, make it a paradise. So come again to Nevis, lovely Nevis.
A job well done, job well done. Please give it up again for the Maud Cross Preparatory School. It has been brought to my attention that I may have unintentionally omitted a primary school. Please forgive me and accept my apology. But let's hear it for the Cicely Brown Integrated School. Although they are not part of the competition here today, they will be making a guest appearance, and as such, I look forward to that. Are you guys enjoying the presentation so far? Are you excited and patiently waiting to hear your school perform? That also means I think I've been hearing persons saying shh and shh. Students, remember we had a deal. When persons are presenting, you have to be quiet. You have to be respectful because the judges need to hear them carefully, and you also can't disturb the persons that are on stage performing. Would you like someone to disturb you? So that means you have to be lovely. I'm happy that we understand each other, because the next person that the teacher has to silence will come up here and help me host. Would you like to come up here and help me host? Okay, so technically that was not a punishment. Okay, got it. Silly of me. However, at least I know I have some co-hosts in the audience just in case I get tired. Our next participant is the Elizabeth Pemberton Primary School. They are currently setting up, so we're going to have to give them a bit of time. My apologies. The next participant is the Ivor Walters Primary School. It's okay. You guys will get a chance to perform, okay? It was just my error in mixing up the order, okay? So your school will be performing eventually, so just give us a little bit of time, okay? I know you're excited, and so is everyone else. So while they prepare, Can someone tell me what is the mascot for the Ivor Walt? And don't yell at me. If you can make it up here, I don't have a prize either. So you're just doing this for fun. Can someone tell me the mascot of the Ivor Walters Primary School? You have to make it up here. Quickly and safely. Quickly and safely. Wow. Okay. Carefully, carefully. Be careful. What is the mascot for the Ivor Walters Primary School?
Mustang.
Is she correct? Lovely. Congratulations. Thank you, all of you who made it. But I just said there are no prizes. I will think about it. I have you in the next round. Miss Brown, please help me. We don't have any. Miss Brown said you're all on your own. I'm sorry. You did this to yourself. But I am surprised that, did an Ivor Walters student come up here with them? Okay, all right. Just making sure, because I'm like, they kind of sprinted down here. I was like, did no one from the Ivor Walters Primary School make it? Okay, lovely. Let's see if the Ivor Walters Primary School is ready to present.
In front of it. Okay. Okay. Everything. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Ivor Walters Primary School.
I am Rihanna Limonta, a grade 6 student of the Ivor Walters Primary School. Nevis, lovely Nevis, written by Hansel Manners. Nevis, lovely Nevis, land of trees and sun and clean, fresh air. Nevis, lovely Nevis, land of people smiling, nice and gay and peaceful too. You are never sad when you come by here. The lovely trees and flowers all around the country. The clean, fresh air that blows across the plain. The quiet and the peace. And the welcome that you feel are things you can't refuse. So come again to Nevis, lovely Nevis. The tales of history you are sure to find here. Montpelier and Montrevers and Fort Charles, Jamestown and Saddle Hill, Eden Brown and Nelson Spring were famous in their time. So welcome now to Nevis, lovely Nevis. The Christmas masquerades in their costumes, the beaches where you go to beat the heat, the string band in the village, and the big drum in the street. Make it a paradise. So come again to Nevis, lovely Nevis.
Put your hands together again for the Ivor Walters Primary School. How was that presentation? Lovely. And I hope you guys were actually listening to what she was saying, because now I have a question. And it may or may not come with a prize. All right. So, the participants listed some famous places in their presentation. If you can tell me at least two, you may or may not get a prize. Carefully, carefully. All right, no more persons, no more persons, no more persons. All right, carefully. I think my next question I will have to pick. Very competitive students. I'm watching you. All right, tell me two.
Jamestown and Fort Charles.
Is he correct? Lovely. Do you know two more? Tell me.
Eden Brown and Nassau Strings.
Lovely. It shows that you guys are listening. Give them a round of applause. Lovely. Continue paying attention, continue listening, because I will have more questions as we continue. Okay? And when you come up, you're going to come up carefully. No running, no jumping, no pushing down of other persons. Okay? Our next participants, our next school in the competition is the St. Thomas's Primary School. Oh my God. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I'm obviously not paying attention. We're going to welcome the Elizabeth Pemberton Primary School. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please put your hands together again for the Elizabeth Pemberton Primary School.
Welcome. My name is Kahim Pemberton of the Elizabeth Pemberton Primary School, and I am doing a piece entitled Nevis Lovely Nevis by Henzo Manners. Nevis, lovely Nevis, Nevis, lovely Nevis, land of trees and sun and clean fresh air. Nevis, lovely Nevis, land of people smiling nice and gay and peaceful too. You are never sad when you come by here. The lovely trees and flowers all around the country. The clean fresh air that blows across the plain. The quiet and the peace and the welcome that you feel are things you can't refuse. So come again to Nevis, lovely Nevis. The tales of history you are sure to find here. Mount Pelier, Mount Chavez, and Fort Charles, Jamestown and Saddle Hill, Enebrow and Nelson Spring were famous in their times. So welcome now to Nevis, lovely Nevis. The Christmas masquerades in their costumes, the beaches where you go to beat the heat, the string band in the village, the big drum in the street. Make it a paradise. So come again to Nevis, lovely Nevis.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Elizabeth Pemberton Primary School. Can we hear it for them again? One of the things that I must point out that in the not so distant past, at one point in time whenever you see competitions such as this, you would often see it filled with girls. And I must acknowledge and point out that our young men are doing a fantastic job this evening. And I love to see the diversity in the students. So a job well done to the teachers and the Department of Education. So I have my next question, but this time I am picking who comes, okay? You raised your hand, but you don't even know the question. What if I call you and you don't know? All right, so the question is, what is the name of the piece being presented? What is the name of the piece being presented? I said I will call you. No one come to the stage. All right. I have yet to see someone from... Yes. Okay, I'm going to take the said young lady from St. James. I have another question. It's okay. You're going to get an opportunity, I promise. Welcome her as she comes. All right. What is the name of the piece?
Levis, lovely Nevis.
Wonderful. That is correct. Thank you. Shows that we're paying attention. Either that or she was there while they were practicing. All right. My second question this time. You don't even know what the question is. The question is, who wrote Nevis, lovely Nevis? Who wrote Nevis, lovely Nevis? Okay. I'm going to choose this young lady right here from the Maud Cross Preparatory School. All right, guys, calm down. What's your name?
Michaelia.
Michaelia, can you tell us who wrote this piece?
Hansel Manners.
Lovely. Thank you so much. Continue paying attention because I have more questions written down. So as we continue, we would like to welcome the school that brought the entire village, the St. Thomas's Primary School. Yes. Please be quiet in the auditorium.
Hi, my name is Cavondra Solas Matthews. I'm here to represent the St. Thomas's Primary School. The title of my poem is Nevis, Lovely Nevis. Nevis, lovely Nevis, land of trees and sun and clean fresh air. Nevis, lovely Nevis, land of people smiling, nice and gay and peaceful too. You are never sad when you come by here. The lovely trees and flowers all around the country, the clean fresh air that blows across the plain, the quiet and the peace, and the welcome that you feel are things you can't refuse. So come again to Nevis, lovely Nevis. The tales of history you are sure to find here. Montpelier and Montrevers and Fort Charles, Jamestown and Saddle Hill, Eden, Brown and Nelson Spring were famous in their time. So welcome now to Nevis, lovely Nevis. The Christmas masquerades in their costumes, the beaches where you go to beat the heat, the string band in the village, the big drum in the street, make it a paradise. So come again to Nevis, lovely Nevis.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the St. Thomas's Primary School. Our primary school students are doing such a great job. Ooh, I see what it is. We got prizes. That's what it is? Yes. Okay, perfect. And I will try to hold some for those who've already answered a question. See, I'm working with you guys. Closed mouths don't get fed. So I asked and I received. Well, you receive. All right. Who's ready for the next question? Lovely. However, this one is not about the piece. Let's see if your recollection is in par. What school performed second in this competition so far? What school performed second in round one? I am looking at yes. Welcome her as she comes, please. Can you tell me your name?
Zara.
Zara, how are you?
Good.
Can you tell me what school performed second in round one?
Ivor Walters.
Unfortunately, that's not accurate. However, I will still give you a prize for being so very brave. Okay? All right. Let's get, trying to see the schools here. Okay, Gil, come on. Can you tell me what your name is?
Kyrian.
Can you tell me what school you're representing? What school do you go to?
Montessori Academy.
Lovely. Can you tell me who performed second in round one?
Charleston Primary School.
Unfortunately, no. However, I will still give you a prize. One more person. Calm down, calm down. All right. I think my vision is kind of blurry at this moment. However, calm down. The young lady in the yellow shirt, I am not sure what school that is. Cicely Brown. Is that Cicely Brown? Yes, you with your hand still up. You can come. Oh, that's Charlestown Secondary School. Wow. I'm sorry, I'm so accustomed with the whites and the blue. Right. I feel old at this point in time because at one point we were all white. Welcome her as she comes. All right. Hi, welcome.
Hi,
What's your name?
Katiana
Can you tell me what school performed second in round one?
Madcross.
Congratulations. Here you go. Wait, you leave. I got the prizes and she don't want the prize. Here you go. All right, congratulations. And thank you to everyone who made an attempt. All right? We are going to proceed and welcome the sixth school in round one, the Joycelyn Library Primary School. And yes, that is accurate.
Good afternoon. My name is Kanaya Maynard, and I am a proud representative of the Joycelyn Library Primary School. Nevis, lovely Nevis, by Hansel Manners. Nevis, lovely Nevis, land of trees, and sun, and clean, fresh air. Nevis, lovely Nevis, land of people smiling, nice, and gay, and peaceful too. You are never sad when you come by here. The lovely trees and flowers all around the country, the clean, fresh air that blows across the plain, the quiet and the peace, and the welcome that you feel are things you can't refuse. So come again to Nevis, lovely Nevis. The tales of history you're sure to find here. Montpelier and Mount Traverse and Fort Charles, Jamestown and Saddle Hill, Eden Brown and Nelson Spring were famous in their time. So welcome now to Nevis, lovely Nevis. The Christmas masqueraders in their costumes, the beaches where we go to beat the heat, the string band in the village, the big drum in the street. Make it a paradise. So come again to Nevis, lovely Nevis.
A round of applause again for the Joycelyn Library Primary School. We have 3 more schools awaiting presentations in round 1, that is. And then we will have a round 2, which is the secondary school doing their individual piece. And then we will have a round 3, which is a choral speaking category, where there will be a group of 5 to 10 persons representing each school listed. Okay, this will be a semi-hard question. Semi. You're allowed to ask your teachers, parents that are sitting next to you for help. Okay? Can you name, are you listening? Can you name one judge sitting at the judge's table? Can you name One judge. Okay. I will have you, Miss EPPS. That's EPPS, right? My eyes. Welcome her as she comes. Good afternoon. Can you tell me what's your name?
Taneja Wilkin.
Nice to meet you, Tanisha. Can you tell me one judge sitting at the judge's table?
Shaki in Paris.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, there are 4 more judges. If one student can name one more person, the Gingerland Secondary School student in the back. Welcome her as she comes. Good afternoon. What's your name?
My name is Audrey Brown.
Audrey? All right. Can you please tell me a name of the judge sitting at the panel that is not Shaki in Paris?
Mrs. Anastasia Paris Morton.
Okay. Anastasia. So does that mean I've been pronouncing your name incorrectly? Oh, you know what? We will just apologize. However, we will still give her a pen because we know exactly who she meant. Congratulations. All right, good job. You guys are keeping up. I love the sportsmanship, and I love the competition, and I love that you guys are paying attention so carefully. It shows me that our teachers have been doing a great job, and that also means that you guys have not been giving as much trouble. Is that the case, teachers? They all just laughing at me, guys. I don't know what that means. However, we're not going to put the teachers on the spot this afternoon. We are, however, going to welcome the Violet O.J. Nichols Primary School. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen.
My name is Carrie Daniel. I am representing the Violet O. Jeffers Nichols Primary School. I will be reciting a poem entitled Nevis, Lovely Nevis by Hansel Manners. Nevis, lovely Nevis, land of trees and sun and clean, fresh air. Nevis, lovely Nevis, land of people smiling, nice and gay, and peaceful too. You are never sad when you come by here. The lovely trees and flowers all around the country, the clean, fresh air that blows across the plain, the quiet and the peace, and the welcome that you feel are things you can't refuse. So come again to Nevis, lovely Nevis. The tales of history you are sure to find here. Mount Pelier and Mount Traverse and Fort Charles, Jamestown and Saddle Hill, Eden Brown and Nelson Spring were famous in their time. So welcome now to Nevis, lovely Nevis. The Christmas masquerades in their costumes, the beaches where you go to beat the heat, the string band in the village, the big drum in the street, make it a paradise. So come again to Nevis, lovely Nevis.
All right, that was beautifully executed by the Violet O. Nichols Primary School. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for VOJN. I see there are some lovely props backstage. How many of you helped your teachers paint, draw, write on those props? Did you? Did you help them nail it together? No? All right. Our next question. Are you guys ready for the other questions? All right. So we are you paying attention? We are at the elocution contest. However, over the weekend, there were some competitions, some sporting competitions. Who won the Soccerama over the weekend? Who won? I will call on who comes. No one come until you're called upon. You have been raising your hand all afternoon, the young man who's standing from the Ivor Walters Primary School. Not you, go back. You know I was not calling you. You can come, you're standing in the aisle. I'm sorry, the teacher in me is coming out at the moment. Can you tell me who won Soccerama over the weekend?
St. Thomas's.
All right. And I would like for all of us to give St. Thomas's Primary School a round of applause on a job well done. I have one more sports question. The Republic Bank 5 for Fun cricket competition was also over the weekend in St. Kitts. Who won that competition? All right, the gentleman who is standing, you stood up and then was afraid that I call you? If you don't want to come, you can send your classmate. All right. I'm going to have the young lady from the Maud Cross Preparatory School come. The young man I called before got scared. But it's okay, you don't have to be scared. We're all friends and you're in a safe environment, okay? What's your name?
Sinaya.
Oh, you're so confident, I love it. What school won the competition?
Ivor Walters.
All right, correct. And congratulations to the Ivor Walters Primary School. Let's hope either both schools can either dominate today's competition or another school gets the opportunity to shine at today's competition. How does that sound? All right. We are moving along nicely and we are going to welcome the next presenter from the Montessori Academy.
Can I introduce myself right here? Okay. Start. My name is Kalia Swanson. I am from the Montessori Academy. Today I present to you Nevis, Lovely Nevis by Hansel Manners. Nevis, lovely Nevis, land of trees and sun and clean fresh air. Nevis, lovely Nevis, land of people smiling, nice and gay and peaceful too. You are never sad when you come by here. The lovely trees and flowers all around the country. The clean fresh air that blows across the plain. The quiet and the peace and the welcome that you feel are things you can't refuse. So come again to Nevis, lovely Nevis. The land of trees and flowers all around the country. The clean fresh air that blows across the plain. The quiet and the peace and the welcome that you feel are things you can't refuse. So come again to Nevis, lovely Nevis. The tales of history you are sure to find here. Montpelier, Mount Travis, Fort Charles, Jamestown and Saddle Hill, Eden Brown and Nelson Spring were famous in their time. So welcome now to Nevis, lovely Nevis. The Christmas masquerades in their costumes, the beaches where you go to beat the heat, the string band in the village, the big drum in the street. Make it a paradise. So come again to Nevis, lovely Nevis.
Let's have a round of applause again for the Montessori Academy. Each school has been doing such an excellent job, and we have one more presenter in this round. However, before we proceed, allow me to break down the points for you. So, correct pronunciation. That means no use of dialect unless expressly used originally in the presentation piece. And word endings are clear, 10 points. Enunciation, clear and audible. Correct use of stress, intonation, and speech patterns. Correct utterance of words, no babbling, 5 points. Sorry, one moment. Voice is natural, fluent with relevant emotion, 10 points. Eye contact, engages with audience and judges, 5 points. Body language, maintains comfortable stance with appropriate gestures and facial expressions, that's 5 points. Speaker captured audience interest, that's 5 points, including maintaining the attention of those listening with little to no interruption from the audience. Speaker was confident and relaxed, 5 points. That means maintained an exemplary composure and stance. Costumes and props does not distract from the presentation, 5 points. Overall impressions demonstrate mastery and understanding of the piece, 5 points. Recall of lyrics, ensuring that it is accurate. No unnecessary additions or substitutions of words or phrases, 5 points. Each student can amass a total of 60 points if they are absolutely perfect and on point in the judge's opinion. So I hope the teachers, supporters, even the students, you too can calculate the points for yourselves, took note of the breakdown, and have been keeping track. I know it's a bit late to get the breakdown of the points, but you can still follow along with our final presenter. So ladies and gentlemen, let us put our hands together for the final school in this evening's round 1 competition, the St. James's Primary School. Ladies and gentlemen, please be reminded that while the students are presenting, you are to remain quiet, respectful, and mindful of what is going on. We do not want to distract the presenters on stage. I need a favor from you, the audience. Our competitors, our participants may need a bit of encouragement. So let's hear it for the Joycelyn Liebert Primary School, VOJN Primary School, Montessori Academy. And let's hear our loudest applause for the St. James's Primary School. One final welcome for the St. James's Primary School.
Good afternoon. My name is Akila Douglas, and I am representing the St. James's Primary School. Nevis, lovely Nevis by Hansel Manners. Nevis, lovely Nevis, land of trees and sun and clean fresh air.
Nevis, lovely Nevis, land of people, smiling nice, and gay and peaceful too. You are never sad when you come by here. The lovely trees and flowers all around the country, the clean, fresh air that blows across the plain, the quiet and the peace and the welcome that you feel are things you can't refuse. So come again to Nevis, lovely Nevis. The tales of history you are sure to find here. Mount Pelier and Mount Travers and Fort Charles, Jamestown and Saddle Hill, Eden Brown and Nelson Spring were famous in their time. So welcome now to Nevis, lovely Nevis. The Christmas masqueraders in their costumes, the beaches where you go to beat the heat, the string band in the village, the big jump in the street, make it a paradise. So come again to Nevis, lovely Nevis.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the St. James's Primary School. Let's put our hands together for all the primary schools in round one. They all performed beautifully, and here is the end of round one. We now welcome a primary school that is not a part of today's competition. However, it wouldn't be just if we did not have them here with us. However, before we welcome them, I have one more question. One more. But two persons can answer. Can you name one cultural art form mentioned in Nevis, lovely Nevis? One cultural art form mentioned in Nevis, lovely Nevis. And if you get one of them right, we're going to have the principal from the Gingerland Secondary School perform for us. All right, settle down, settle down. I'm going to ask the young lady right here from Montezeri. Yes. Hi, what's your name?
Zoe.
Nice to meet you. Can you tell me one cultural art form mentioned in the piece?
The Christmas masquerade.
Lovely. Congratulations. We now invite our guest presenters, the Cicely Brown Integrated School. Put your hands together for them. They might not be a part of the competition, but they are here to represent their school like all of us. Put your hands together for them, ladies and gentlemen.
I love you, dear Nevis.
I love you, dear Nevis. None other could tell. My love for thee words cannot spell.
I love you, dear Nevis, for thy mountains and sea, the animals in the pasture, and the little buzzing bees.
I love you, dear Nevis, for the fruits all so sweet that are so lovely to make a great feast.
I
love you, dear Nevis,
for
thy people oh so dear. I love you, dear Nevis, with a heart that censor.
Let's give it up for the Cicely Brown Integrated School. That was lovely. We are getting ready to begin round 2. This is the individual piece, however, for the secondary school. As our students get themselves ready, allow me to remind you of a few key points. The judging criteria. The judges will be looking and listening for indications of correct pronunciation of words, no use of dialect unless expressly used in the original composition of the piece being presented. Enunciation, that is correct use of stress and intonation, use of natural voice with relevant emotions, engagements of the audience and judges through eye contact, confidence of presenter, how the costumes and props enhance the presentation, overall impression demonstrating mastery and understanding of piece, accurate recall of lyrics. The breakdown of the points. Correct pronunciation, 10 points. Enunciation, that's being clear and audible, 5 points. Voice is natural, 10 points. Eye contact, 5 points. Body language, 5 points. Speaker captured audience interest, 5 points. Speaker was confident and relaxed, 5 points. Costumes and props enhancements, 5 points. Overall impressions, 5 points. And a recall of lyrics is accurate, 5 points, for a total of 60 points. We need a brief moment to ensure there are no technical difficulties as we continue. Students, we ask that you be careful as you walk if you see school. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Charlestown Secondary School.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This poem was written by Charles Barrett. This is my Nevis. This is my Nevis, a place once plundered by the Europeans, while a home for the Caribs and the Arawaks. Now a place cosmopolitan, an outstanding rock of clay and loam. This place now provides a safe haven where all can roam. This is my Nevis, renowned for its rustic beauty and charm, sun-kissed shores, and lush greenery, often broken by flaming Point Sienna's arms, with landscapes dotted by ruins of yesteryear's haunts, a testament to our skilled forefathers' architectural jaunts. This is my Nevis, forever the only queen of the Caribbean, crowned when sugar was king and fortunes blossomed in abundance. Then Bartatel at Bellevue became the cusp of regional hospitality, while the St. Thomas's Anglican Church on the hill evolved as a beacon. Surely, this is my Nevis. We have no dark rich oil oozing from the ground, but there are treasures galore that abound: food, music, dance, and pearls of wisdom have created a special place in this world for our Nevis and Nevisians. Thank you. Boy, I forget what all them props there.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for the Charlestown Secondary School.
Relax, you got this.
Apologies for the delay, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome the Gingerland Secondary School.
My name is Zuri Harper Twaits. This is My Nevis, written by Cheryl Barrett. This is my Nevis, a place once plundered by Europeans while a home for Caribs and Arawaks. Now a place cosmopolitan, an outstanding rock of clay and loam. This place now provides a safe haven where all can roam. This is my Nevis, renowned for its rustic beauty and charm, sun-kissed shores,
leafy greenery, often flaming by poinciana, often broken by flaming poinciana arms, with landscapes dotted by ruins of yesteryear's haunts, a testament to our skilled forefathers' architectural jaunts. This is my Nevis, forever the only queen of the Caribbean, crowned when sugar was king and fortunes blossomed in abundance. Then, Bath Hotel at Bellevue became the cusp of regional hospitality, while St. Thomas's Anglican Church on the hill eventually evolved into the only, into a beacon surely. This is my Nevis. We don't have no rich oil oozing from the ground, but we have treasures galore that abound. Food, music, folklore, dances, and pearls of wisdom that have created a special place in this world for our Nevis and Nevisians.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the Gingerland Secondary School. Can we hear it again for the Charlestown Secondary School? And again for the Gingerland Secondary School. Both schools performed excellently, and so we applaud them for their bravery. I think I'm going to stop looking at the audience members. They're distracting me. For our entertainment, we have backstage the Sugar Hill String Band. Do you guys know what the string band sounds like, looks like? Have you ever heard the string band before? Do you know how to play the instruments that are part of the string band? Okay, so we'll have some conversations to ensure that you can participate in learning our cultural art forms. Do we have a deal? Lovely. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please put your hands together for the Sugar Hill String Band. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the famous Sugar Hill String Band.
Well, we drumming all day and all night. Tina, let we walk. Tina, let we walk. Well, we drumming all day and all night. Tina, let we walk. Till broad daylight. Tina want to drum behind the string band. Tina, let we walk. Tina, let we walk. We can start from Jingle and coming down. Tina, let we walk till we reach in Charleston. Well, we drumming all day and all night. Tina, let we walk. Tina, let we walk. Well, we drumming all let we walk. All daylight. Let me drum Miss Tina. 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 Well, we drumming all day and all night. Tina, let me walk. Tina, let me walk. Well, we drumming all day and all night. Tina, let me walk till broad daylight. They say this is the sweetest man in the land. Tina, let me walk. Tina, let me walk. And I want that bad man to understand. Tina, let me walk to the sweetest man in the land. Well, we drumming all day and all night. Tina, let me walk. Tina, let me walk. Well, we drumming all day and all night. Tina, let me walk till broad daylight. Let me drum Miss Tina. 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 Well, we drumming all day and all night. Tina, let me walk. Tina, let me walk. Well, we drumming all day and all night. Tina, let me walk till broad daylight. Right now, they say we tumbling down. Tina, let me walk. Tina, let me walk. We can walk till we reach all on the ground. Tina, let me walk till morning come. Well, we drumming all day and all night. Tina, let me walk. Tina, let me walk. Well, we drumming all day and all night. Tina, let me walk till broad daylight. Let me drum Miss Tina. 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 We drumming all day and all night. Tina, let me walk. Tina, let me walk. Well, we drumming all day and all night. Tina, let me walk till broad daylight. Thank you. Thank you. You guys is on there? Darling, Drumming and we winding and we moving and we grooving. We drumming and we winding and we moving and we grooving. What they say? Jump it up, jump it up, jump it up, jump it up. Well, we drumming and we winding and we moving and we grooving. I want to hear the bass band play in the band. I want to hear the band drum band in the band. Well, the rhythm started to roll. Music right in your soul, and we move like a ball of wood. Shake up your body line, and we drumming, and we winding, and we moving, and we grooving. We drumming, and we winding, and we moving, and we grooving. What they say? Jump it up, 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 jump it up. Well, we drumming, and we winding, and we moving, and we grooving. I want to hear the key woman in the band. I want to hear the steel man in the band. Well, the rhythm started to roll. Music right in your soul, and we move like a ball of twine. Shake up your body line, and we drumming, and we winding, and we moving, and we grooving. We drumming, and we winding, and we moving, and we grooving. What I say? Jump it up, 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 jump it up. Well, we drumming, and we winding, and we moving, and we grooving. I want to hear the control man in the band. I want to hear the guitar man in the band. Well, the rhythm started to roll. Music right in your soul, and we move like a ball of wood. Shake up your body line, and we drumming, and we winding, and we moving, and we grooving. We drumming, and we winding, and we moving, and we grooving. What I say? Jump it up, 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 jump it up. Well, we drumming, and we winding, and we moving, and we grooving. We don't drum so in the band. We don't whine so. We talk to woman. When you jump and you want to whine, and you jump yourself from behind, and you move into one drum. Singing your cry song, and we drumming, and we whining, and we moving, and we grooving. We drumming, and we whining, and we moving, and we drumming. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the Sugar Hill String Band. I wonder if the kids know about Tina. Let me up, so Tina. I'm not a singer like I mentioned earlier, but you know, back in the day, that's what people used to jam to. Not this, the music you listen to these days, but everybody and their grandmother was whoopsing to Tina, or with Tina, but we were whoopsing. You got that part. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are moving along with the competition. All of you who are sleeping, wake up. Everyone who's on the outside, please come back on the inside. If you are standing, kindly sit. And if you're engaging in a meaningful conversation, I humbly apologize, but we do need your attention at this moment. We are about to begin round 3, which is the choral speaking round. And this round, we will have 5 to 10 presenters per school. So we've observed them working individually, and now we will observe them presenting as a group. This is the final round, so we'll need you to be attentive. We'll need you to be quiet. I know it's been a sort of long afternoon, but we are wrapping up nicely. We have 10 schools in this round, and I know it sounds like a lot, but they will entertain us and keep us engaged. All right? So are you ready for the Charlestown Primary School? Are you ready for the Charlestown Primary School? Lovely. Thank you guys for waking up. So ladies and gentlemen, with no further ado, please put your hands together for the Charlestown Primary School.
Let its warmth embrace, caress, and console you. O Wally salutes you and wills you to solace yourself with the tranquility of her environment. Revel in the magnificence of her flora and fauna. Savor her native delicacies. Repose in the grandeur of her sunsets. Then, cherish these precious moments forever. O Wally promises peace.
A round of applause for the Charlestown Primary School. During the individual pieces presented by the secondary schools, they mention what Nevis means to them. They said a lot of my Nevis, etc. So my question now, in order to get a nice little token, what does Nevis mean to you? Or what is your favorite part of Nevis? Anyone? Very brave boy right in the center. He did not hesitate. I guess he has a lot to say about what Nevis means to him. Welcome him, ladies and gentlemen. And keep thinking as he is speaking, because I'm going to call on someone else. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What's your name?
Kevandre.
How are you doing today?
I'm good.
Are you enjoying the competition?
Yeah.
Okay, so can you tell me what does Nevis mean to you?
It means a lot to me. The fresh air that blows makes me feel good.
Lovely. Wait, you're going leaving your token? Very brave. Thank you so much for joining me. We have lots of trees and thus our air is fresh and clean. If you've ever noticed, once you walk through the streets of Charlestown, very clean. Yes, St. Thomas's Primary School. Welcome her as she comes, please. And I'll accept one more person telling me what Nevis means to them. The Joycelyn Library Primary School young lady. Yes. Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
What's your name?
My name is Thea.
Can you tell me what Nevis means to you, or what is your favorite part of Nevis?
My favorite parts are the beaches.
What's your favorite beach?
Yes, man.
Oh, fancy. Okay. Here's your token, and thank you for answering my question today. Welcome the Joycelyn Library Primary School. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Can you tell me what your name is?
Adira Wallace.
Can you tell me what's your favorite part of Nevis, or what does Nevis mean to you?
My favorite part of Nevis is the beaches and food areas.
What's your favorite restaurant?
Barefoot.
Oh, y'all take these children some fancy places. Wait, you're leaving your token, sweetheart. Thank you for joining me. All right. I wish when I was in primary school, my dad took me to Yachman and Barefoot for it to be my favorite restaurant. We got pizza. You know, that's what children liked back in my day. But now everybody wants sushi. But hey, our palates change. We are getting ready to continue the competition, and I'm asking if the judges are ready. All right, perfect. Let's put our hands together and welcome Maud Cross Preparatory School.
Check.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We are the representative of the Maud Cross Preparatory School, reciting a poem called My Owali, written by Cheryl Barrett.
My Owali. My gem of an isle was called Owali by inhabitants of the day. Karen and Awasten, Tainos today. They cared for and cherished this land so that those who came here or were dragged here could agree that this isle is really part of God's plan. Owali, our land of beauty, has lush green foothills surrounding Nevis Peak, its core, that overlooks undulating plains rolling down to the shore, to the caressing embrace of the Caribbean Sea, or the roaring tide of the Atlantic Ocean. But this is the place we Nivisians would rather be. My Owali is truly unique, with a people, a woven tapestry of black, white, brown, yellow, who relish foods created from a melting pot of these fellows. Cassava bread, conky, coconut dumplings, sweet potato pudding, and more. On those special Mondays, Easter and August, we yam it till we belly bust, winding we waist to the pulsating rhythm of the big drum and string band at Abidor.
Let's hear it again for the Maud Cross Preparatory School. Not to be biased, but I think we would like to borrow that prop for one of our pageant excursions one day. The props on the stage have been beautiful all afternoon. The teachers, the supporters did a really good job. And one thing I've always observed about teachers in general, they're very creative. It's not about standing in front of a classroom and teaching. They have to come up with creative ways to engage our students. And it shows on the stage how they're able to bring the different pieces to life through props and the presentations by our students. So let's give a round of applause to our teachers. That clap is not loud enough for my liking. Can we get a round of applause for our teachers? Thank you. As well as the parents and supporters that are involved. So I was scrolling through my cell phone, and I remember back in the day, I wrote a piece or two from time to time. And so I'm just going to share maybe just 2 little stanzas of a poem that I wrote apparently in 2020. I think it was probably like 2018, but my cell phone says it was saved in 2020. The piece is entitled, No Amount of Praise is Ever Enough. We stand in our pews and stare at the ceiling fans. The worship team says, give God a praise. We clap our hands. After 2 claps, 3 claps, 4 claps more, we start to check the time, ready to head out the door. The pastor says, one last chapter. We huff and we puff. Halt. No amount of praise is ever enough. Remember last month when you didn't know how you will pay that bill? Or the month before that when your sister took ill? Let's drag your memory. Do you recall when your son got injured because he was playing too rough? And the older boys in school tried to show him who's tough? You stood by the office and you shout, Jesus, please. But when he granted your wishes, you forgot to get down on your knees. Could you imagine how God must feel when he says, let me reach down my hand and turn back on the water? Then we take our blessings and run, like saying thanks doesn't even matter. Could you imagine what it would be like if he didn't sprinkle that blessing on you? Saying thank you is the least that you can do. And I will end there. I sometimes probably need to go back to putting pen to paper every now and again. But this competition has probably inspired me, and I hope that it inspired some of our students here today. Let us put our hands together and welcome our third participant, the Ivor Walters Primary School. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together again for the Ivor Walters Primary School.
We are the oceans far and deep. I am full with rich and important history. Come, come, visit me. And meet monkeys and ruins of our sugar plantation standing free. Now free from the smell of the copper boilers and the era of slavery. But the architecture crafted is a beauty. We are home to Culturama, our summer festival since 1974, with parades of masqueraders, muckle jumblies, clowns, and folklores. Nevis is a gem. Come and agree with me. Nevis is home to so many. A land of friendly people with great hospitality. The home of Alexander Hamilton and visited by many. There is so much more I can say. I say to you, come and see Nevis, a land of natural beauty.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Ivor Walters Primary School. Let's hear it for them one more time. Okay, so we've observed that the parents have been giving the children vitamins, and that one has been feeding him the yam and the breadfruit and all the good stuff. Because I don't know how he was able to move that piece of prop along with the student in it. I make no promises that I could have done that. So let's give it up for them one more time. I have 2 more giveaways. If any brave student can join me once they know the answer to the question. What is the name of the piece being presented in round 3? What is the name of the piece being presented in round 3? The young lady with her hand up from the St. Thomas's Primary School. Welcome her as she comes, please. Good afternoon. What's your name?
Tajana.
I can't hear you. What's your name?
Tajana.
Tajana, nice to meet you. Can you tell me the name of the piece being presented?
Yes.
What's it?
Nevis.
Unfortunately, that's not.
My Nevis?
One more time. One more try.
My Nevis?
Unfortunately, that's not the name. However, because you were brave and you came up, you get to have a prize. Deal? All right. Let's give her a round of applause for her bravery. All right. The young man standing right in the front. Good afternoon. What's your name?
Leon.
Leon?
Leon.
Oh, nice to meet you. Can you tell me the name of the piece being presented?
Hidden Treasures.
Hidden Treasures? Unfortunately, that's not the name. Oh! I did not notice. I thought it was the same as the individual piece. Okay, thank you for your bravery. Can you tell me what school you're representing?
Nevis Academy.
Oh, do you like your school? What's your favorite thing about Nevis Academy? There must be something. Do you like your friends and your teachers?
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are moving along. We're moving along, and the judges seem to be ready. And I think the next presenters are ready. Please put your hands together for the St. Thomas's Primary School. Sorry. The Elizabeth Pemberton Primary School.
We are from the Elizabeth Pemberton Primary School, presenting The Hidden Treasures by Cheryl Barrett. Hidden treasures in Nevis? The pirates did not come here. Not those who plundered the ships of their fellow men, but buried the gold, silver, and diamonds in dens. But we have hidden treasures galore, remnants of days gone by and new finds that lay in wait anxiously to be brought to the shore. Of our eager minds to make us wise about our land. Fort Cotrington that overlooks the narrows, Fort Charles with its wider arc view of the calmer seas,
And the battery at Saddle Hill with others in between. Dotted the coastline from Gingerland to Newcastle, if you please.
to ensure that those who wanted to destroy were kept at bay, so that the beautiful isle is what it is today.
Round of applause for the Elizabeth Pemberton Primary School. I love seeing when persons can present together and they're so in sync. It's beautiful. All right. The next question for the giveaways. And I'm here wondering if I throw a question out to the adults in the room, if they would be as brave as the students. But I sometimes know better that sometimes the children are braver than the adults. And that's okay, because that means that we're raising confident young men and women who can come to the podium and speak without stage fright. So the next question is, what is the theme of today's competition? The theme for the entire competition. The Mod Cross preparatory students at the top, yes. She can come. Good afternoon, how are you?
Good.
What's your name?
Shania.
Can you tell me what is the theme for today's competition?
The theme about is Nevis. Nevis love.
Unfortunately. Good try though, because the overall theme has been highlighting Nevis. So I will give you, do you want a white or do you want a purple? White. All right. I will ask a Charlestown secondary student in the back. Oh, my bad. Hi, what's your name?
Aria?
Nice to meet you, Aria. Do you know the answer to the question?
Yes.
What is it?
Don't know. This is a Wally.
Good job. A very brave girl. Here you go. Good job. You can walk back this way. I love in the moment of crisis, she looked up and she said, Daddy, help me. And Daddy came right to the rescue. That is very important. That's why it's important for our parents to come and support these competitions so our children know that when they look up, they can see you and feel calm. All right? We are getting ready to welcome our next presenter. The judges have been patiently waiting and are ready. Now, we will welcome the St. Thomas's Primary School.
Is primary school. Our piece is entitled No Place I'd Rather Be. No place I'd rather be. Take a walk on some nice cool sand. Drink some jelly water or a killer bee. When it comes to my island, you're a stranger once. You must believe me. Where else in the world you'd get this immediately? Authentic love is given to each and everybody. The mountain is never out of view, and so is the ocean too. My bonny land, my people are super friendly too. Where would you find such beauty on a tiny island? Only if you come here, you will truly understand. Beauty is all around, could be found in the gorgeous faces. History is dotted all over, could be seen in various places. Why would so many cultures live here in this location? Every day, you're in paradise. Seems like you're on vacation. Only if you come here, you will truly understand. There is no place I'd rather be than this little rock called Queen City.
Let's hear it for the St. Thomas's Primary School. Truer words have never been spoken. There is no place I'd rather be. Every day you are in paradise. Honestly, when I've had a long week, a hard day, sometimes I just take a drive, I go to the beach, and I relax all alone. And that's sometimes all I need when I'm stressed or overwhelmed, etc. Because Nevis provides that level of luxury where you can go out and feel relaxed and feel rejuvenated. You don't need to catch a plane for all of that. But if you want to, you can. And please take me with you. With that being said, the St. Thomas's Primary School presented a piece. Can anyone tell me the name of the piece? All right, you can come. Yes. Tell me what's your name and tell me the name of the piece.
Here today No place I'd rather be.
Beautiful. Here you go. All right. I've noticed we really have some brave children amongst us. You know, sometimes we call on persons, even when we're in small settings, we call on adults just to say a line or two. And everyone shies away from the mic. Everyone shies away from the camera. But the children, they will be the first to smile. They will be the first to take the mic. As you can see, they were ready to trample over each other just to get to give the answer. And we weren't even given prizes at the time. So kudos to you guys for being so brave. We are getting ready to welcome our sixth participant. Put your hands together for Nevis Academy.
Written by Cheryl Barrett. Hamilton, New Rivers, Nisbet too were all profitable sugar plantations when Nevis was in the dew and ended up being called Queen of the Caribbean too. And do not forget that up to today, people from far and near come to wash plains in the healing sulfur waters of Bath Stream that flows from deep under a lush and majestic peak. Small but historic Charleston has a lot to offer. We just need to know where to look. Between the nook and the crannies of the blouse and skirt architecture, Austin Hotel, Main Street Groceries, Henville Building, and the Old Treasury are jewels from yesteryear and worth a steer from all of us here.
Give it up for Nevis Academy. Is it odd that I think we're moving faster with the groups than we were with the individual rounds? But usually, you know, groups take longer to get ready. But I guess everyone is ready to show you guys what they've been working so hard on over the past few weeks. And so everybody's just ready to get going. I remember during the secondary school round, the second round, one child came to me and she said, "You didn't call my school." And for a second, I was scared because we are already out of the primary school round. So I'm like, "What do you mean?" She said, "You did not call my school." So as I was looking at it, I said, "Are you participating with a group?" She said, "Yes." I said, "Okay, we have not gotten to that round yet, because although I'm not being paid to be here, I might have gotten fired just for that." And she got me scared for a minute. I was like, "Okay, Neela, get it together. You did not miss someone. She's a part of a group, and the round has not started as yet." So we did not miss anyone, and we are well into the third round, which is the final round in today's competition. And we will be moving along very nicely once the judges let me know that they are ready. Beautiful. And we will welcome to the stage the Joycelyn Liburd Primary School. Let's hear it for the Joycelyn Liburd Primary School.
the Caribbean by Shirley Evelyn.
1, 2.
Queen of the Caribbean. Petite, beautiful, washed by the Caribbean Sea. I am Nevis, Queen of the Caribbean. Verdant, fertile, 36 miles square. I possess a charm beyond compare. Unspoiled, quiet, rich in culture and history. My natives are known for their warm hospitality. Exhilarating breezes caress me gently. Long sandy beaches populate my anatomy. Yellow bells, hibiscus, and poinciana flames bloom in the sunshine that bathes me always. Breadfruit, coconut, mango, and golden apple thrive in abundance from season to season. Big drum, string band, and steel band too are potent art forms revered by my people. I am Nevis, proud and free. I am Nevis, Queen of the Caribbean.
Let's hear it again for the Joycelyn Library Primary School. I'm so impressed with the presentations. I am happy that I am not a judge. A judge's job is never easy, regardless of the competition. It is never, ever easy because regardless of the results, someone would always feel that they should have been the ones who walk away with the trophy. But I want all the participants to remember that they've all done a great job, they've all prepared well, and they've all done the best that they can do this afternoon. And as such, we want each and every one of you to congratulate all of them as they come off the stage once the results are called, etc. Be supportive, be kind, and be loving. One moment. We are down to the final 3 schools. And as such, we welcome, put your hands together lustily and proudly for VOJN Primary School.
Nevis, thou land of paradise, from Africa your heart did rise. You elegantly stood your grounds amid our sad ancestors' cries. New schools are opening, more scientists are exploring, even roads are repairing. The whole island is expanding. When tourists visit Nevis, our people come to criticize. Their remarks must be studied. For Nevis, they won't compromise. Nevis is now Queen of the Caribbean, and forever it will be. And the more the enemy tries to keep her down, the higher the flag will be flown. It's no use fighting against Nevis, for down it is impossible to go. So in fighting against her, you cannot win. You will surely end up lower than the dustbin. 1, 2.
Put your hands together for the VOJN Primary School. Some of us may want that costume to borrow for December. Or even Culturama, that's right. I was thinking of the next festival, which is Carnival. I find the children know more than us, I'm watching you guys, as the old people just say. Yeah? One moment, sorry. Sorry. As the old people used to say, I hope, if you remember back in the day, whenever you sing a song, word for word, lyric for lyric, they would say, I hope you know your schoolwork just as well as you know that. And I know my schoolwork just as well, so I hope you know your schoolwork just as well as you know when Carnival and Culturama, etc. is coming up. If you have been paying attention in class, let me see your hands. Okay. I'll ask the teachers, because they give a good report every now and again. So I will ask, if anyone has been paying attention, can you tell me how many schools we have left? We have 2 schools left. You know what? That answer of 25 just reminds me of being in the classroom. There would always be that one student that just has to go all the way there. But we have 2 more schools remaining. We're coming down nicely. The competition is soon over, and we soon announce the winners of today's competition. But to be reminded, we are all winners. You were all winners. The participants have done a great, great job. I can't tell you if I'm able to recall poetry and music as well as back in the day. I'm getting old. Some may say I'm not, but I am. As such, we will welcome Montessori Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and give it up for them. Welcome, Montessori Academy.
We are the Montessori Academy, and we present to you The Plea by Shirley Evelyn.
Dear people of this land, I write to make a plea. I hope that you understand and act accordingly. My quiet, peaceful charm, my pristine virgin state, my serenity and calm. Please don't violate. Cherish my people's culture. Never succumb to foreign influence. To be patriotic is better. Assert your independence.
Preserve my natural beauty. Protect my environment. Don't ever be found guilty of ecological negligence. I implore you as I close, and to heed my earnest plea. My future is in your hands. You certainly hold the key.
And so, my dearest people, I beg to always be yours very sincerely, Nevis, Queen of the Caribbean.
Round of applause for Montessori Academy. We are down to the final presenter of the afternoon. Finally, I can agree, finally. However, did you enjoy the presentations? Lovely. And our final school for this afternoon is the St. James Primary School. Although they are the last presenters, they are by no means the least. And I'm sure that they will close off today's competition with a bang, as have the other schools in the competition have shined brightly this afternoon. I know some of you were probably wishing to be a part of today's competition, and I want to assure you that there are other competitions that you will be able to participate in. There are sporting competitions and there are artistic competitions, etc. So I'm sure that you will be able to show your skills in one of these upcoming competitions that the Department of Education hosts from time to time. And so we're giving the judges some time to tally up their points, as we know that they have to sit and think and analyze properly to ensure that they award properly different points in the different areas and categories as they tally up. A child just smacked her forehead. I know it's been a long afternoon, everyone. However, I know we've enjoyed our afternoon. Have you enjoyed the competition? Are you sure? Do you know who won? I'm sure you do. And I'm sure each and every one of you probably have a different response winner of today's competition. Judges, are we ready? All right. They're not even waiting for you to say yes. They said yes. You guys are ready. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for the final presenters of today, the St. James Primary School.
Good afternoon. We are proudly representing the St. James's Primary School.
Home Sweet Home, Uwali.
By Avril J. Farrell Elliott.
Uwali will always be my home, no matter where I roam. I've traversed far and wide, yet Uwali remains my joy and pride. It boasts not of skyscrapers like many, but certainly its unmatched hospitality. For there's warmth and cordiality in Galore the moment you step on its shore. Its serene and pristine atmosphere is distinct throughout the entire year, and its hushed and unrushed activity is evident in every nook and cranny. Its masquerades and clowns are a treat as they gyrate to the rhythm of the big drum beats. Its local calypso can no doubt mesmerize as they rear out near the business in disguise. So, why not visit my island paradise? You'll be enchanted and you'll surmise that Wally Nevis in reality is the only home option for me.
A job well done, St. James Primary School. And this, ladies and gentlemen, honestly, I feel the curtain and I have been fighting all afternoon, but I made it through. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of today's competition. We have gotten through 3 rounds of presentations. Please give it up for all the participants in today's competition. And I was told the results should be here swiftly. So with no further ado, I welcome our education officer, Ms. Therese Dorr, to give us a beautiful presentation of her own. While that is happening, we ask that the judges either come backstage or deliberate where they are before they give the judges feedback. Ms. Dorr.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for being here with us. Thank you for your patience. This piece is not my own. It is a piece that has been adapted with permission from Mr. Tafari Ainde. 32 under 32. Nice. I've said it once. You've said it twice. We are all saying it thrice. Nevis. Y'all don't know what it's supposed to be? Nevis. Nevis nice. Exotic. The people's eloquence. All signs of the island elegance. Vivacious. And oh, how virtuous. Immaculate. Nevis is sweet and savory. 32. 32 on the cloud-covered top. 36 encircling the rock. Crystal clear blue water round it flock, where fertile green lushness covers its back. This is your Nevis, aptly called Queen City, bright like the golden sun. Friendliness shines on the people's faces. This is my Nevis, Dulcina, the land of sweet water. This is our Nevis. She was once called Uwali. Nevis nice is we. Let's preserve and protect her magical majesty. The niceness of Nevis depends on all are we. Written by Tafari Ainde and adopted with permission. Thank you.
Beautifully done, Miss Dora. Thank you so much for that presentation. As we await the judges' feedback, I just want to make sure all the supporters are still in the room. So we're going to do a bit of roll call again. Let's hear it for the Charlestown Primary School. Y'all went home? Let's hear it for the Maud Cross Preparatory School. Let's hear it for the Ivor Walters Primary School. The Elizabeth Pemberton Primary School. St. Thomas's Primary School. Y'all are definitely still here. Who do I send my doctor's bill to get my ears checked after this? Education, St. Thomas's, just let me know. The Joyce Lynn Library Primary School. Nevis Academy. VOJN Primary School. Montessori Academy. And the St. James's Primary School. Let's not forget our secondary schools. Let's hear it for the Lions, Charlestown Secondary School. And the Panthers, Gingerland Secondary School. The judges are still giving gathering their feedback. And I trust that the competition went well for everyone. I think the schools depicted This Is Owali very well, from the drawings to the confidence of the presentation to the pronunciation and enunciation, etc. All have done such a beautiful job. And I think our teachers and the education department should be proud to know that we are raising children that can speak so well and present themselves so well. I see some parents and supporters in the audience, and I appreciate your presence. I appreciate you guys taking out the time to come out and support our students, whether it's your child or the neighbor's child. I appreciate you guys showing up today and being here for them. It is important that our children know that they're supported beyond the teachers and the classroom. I will welcome Mrs. Shanella Joseph Nisbet to give the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, all. In the words of the singer-songwriter Coffee, gratitude is a must. So I'm here to say thank you. Thank you to all the department officials who would have led out in the opening of today's activity, in the persons of Miss Omel Brown, Mr. Jameer Claxton, and Miss Therese Dorr. We're so grateful to our moderator this afternoon for doing a wonderful job. Let's give her a round of applause. I think she was excellent. The string band graced us with their presence, and they kind of energized us. We were listening to all the repetition of the poems, and they gave us a little something to shake our shoulders and tap our feet. And so we're happy for the Sugar Hill String Band. We also want to say a special thank you to all the primary schools, the coaches who worked with the children, the support of the parents. We appreciate you, as well as those who did the same for the secondary schools. We want to say thank you, even though the judges are still working. We thank you for the work that you would have done this afternoon. And we trust that whatever the decision is, we will agree. We're going to cross our fingers that we'll agree. So thank you very much, judges. We want to also say thank you to the persons who would have given us permission to use the pieces that they brought to you this afternoon. Those would be the authors and the composers of both the individual pieces, the individual piece, and the choral pieces. So we say thank you to those authors. Special thanks to Warner's One Stop. When you see the lovely medals, you'll understand why we had to single out Warner's One Stop and give thanks for their contribution towards us. Tropical Blossoms, they would have donated these plants here this afternoon. So for all your greenery needs, try Tropical Blossom. Special thanks to the media houses who did photography, videography, and the streaming for us this afternoon. We are grateful to you. Miss Cavell Keynes, the decor that you would witness, the balloons on the side, the things on the backdrop, call Cavell if you need some decorating tips. We say special thanks to the staff at NEPAC for hosting us today and for making sure that the needs of the students were met in order for them to do their presentations in such an excellent way. Thanks to you, the supporters, the well-wishers, all family and friends gathered here this afternoon. We thank you for boosting up the children and supporting this Department of Education activity. These little tokens, you would notice your children who have them, they are marked Aspire. So we shout out the Aspire program for these little tokens that the children would have received this afternoon. Thanks, thanks. We give thanks, thanks. Yes, I'm done.
Thank you so much, Ms. Joseph Nisbet. Are our judges ready with the feedback? Okay. As we await the feedback from the judges, we would like to invite Mr. Jameer Claxton, Ms. Londa Brown, and Mr. Juan Williams to join us backstage. In the meantime, please. Are we excited for the results? Who do you think won today's competition? Yes, I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. But the results are coming, so bear with us and be patient. And I pray and hope that we all will be satisfied after the judges give their feedback and after the results are called. Remember our term from the opening, the beginning of the ceremony, sportsmanship. Remember, no matter the school that is mentioned, you will cheer, you will clap, you would give your support. No booing, please. Sportsmanship is important. Everyone worked really hard to present today and be a part of today's competition. And as such, they should be given the respect and the support of the peers. So no matter who is first, second, or third, you will applaud and you will support. And when your school returns off the stage, you would also congratulate them, even if they did not get first, second, or third. Do we agree? You don't sound sure. Do we agree? Beautiful. There were some students who answered before we got the pencils and the tokens for the students. So if you can come, I will give you your piece, your small prize, your small token. Only if you came up before and was not given a token, okay? And you answered. If you did not answer, thank you for your bravery. Thank you. Did you answer? I think those were. All right. I think the judges' feedback is ready. All right. So let's welcome our chief judge, Miss Shalissa Glassford. Put your hands together and welcome her to the podium, please. Now, this is not the results. This is just feedback. General, brief feedback. Okay? So, I did not hear that. However, I'm not going to ask you what you said. She will be bringing the results, after all. Welcome her as she comes to the podium, please. You have to be more excited than that if you want the results. Lovely. No pressure, Miss Glassford. What's already there is there.
A pleasant afternoon is wished to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being such a great audience, and I think all of the students deserve another round of applause. Can we give them a round of applause? This afternoon, the judges were truly impressed by such incredible performances that were put on by all schools, and so we just want to say congratulations in advance to all of the schools. I know that it's not easy being on stage, even if you're by yourself or with a group, and so we say a job well done. It has truly been a delight for us, the judging panel, to witness talent, creativity, and the dedication displayed by all participants in this is Uali Elocution contest. After careful deliberation and discussion, we the judges, we are pleased to share the following feedback. We were very impressed by the primary school participants. They were very confident, very enthusiastic, and they generally delivered very well. There was clear diction and energy, and that made the poems very enjoyable to listen to. There was vibrant stage presence and gestures that definitely would have brought the pieces to life. There was also good use of voice modulation and pace, though at times projection wavered and nervousness was evident. For the secondary school participants, we did see an increased level of maturity and depth and poised, generally speaking. There was strong projection and confidence on stage, and we would say there was effective use of tone and expression in conveying meaning and emotion. There was thoughtful gestures and body language, and we do believe that consistency and coordination could have sometimes been a bit more further refined. There was definitely a genuine passion for the art of elocution across the entire competition, and we can see that there was strong preparation and willingness to stand out before an audience. So there was indeed clear effort to interpret and honor the chosen poems. I did feel the pride as well. Areas of opportunity or growth. The props. While we believe that some props added flair, in many cases, at times, the props were a bit distracting, overwhelming, or oftentimes even unnecessary. A stronger focus on the voice and delivery often has great nerves and coordination. Several participants allowed nerves to affect clarity. Continued practice with difficult words will somehow help to polish pronunciation and boost confidence in the future. Hand coordination. Sometimes gestures were mismatched with words or oftentimes overused. which lessen their impact. So we encourage participants to aim for natural, purposeful movement. Also in the choral round, I think sometimes some person's hands were going left, some person's hands were going right, instead of them flowing together. Accuracy of the pieces. There were at times some additional words that were included that were not in the original piece. There were persons making singular words plural. Some persons substituted words such as saying two instead of two, or new rivers instead of new river. And of course, this somehow at times changes the meaning of the poem. So it is very important for there to be careful memorization and practice in the future in order to help to reduce this. Finally, pacing. A few participants engaged in, I would say, speed racing. We're rushing through their recitation. Remember, pacing is powerful, but sometimes it goes a bit too fast and it seems a bit like you're unprepared, or as I said, you're racing through it. And we're not given an opportunity as an audience to absorb the words and emotions fully. But beyond performance skills, I think that the competition definitely showcased how proudful we are as a people, and it reminded us of the richness of Nevis's history, culture, and heritage. At this point, it is now my pleasure to announce the winners of this year's This is OLE Elocution contest. Before I do so, I just want to say again, a heartfelt congratulations to each participant. Your courage, preparation, and performances today have made us very proud. And we say thank you to the Department of Education as well for organizing this competition. In the individual round, so this was in round 1. In third place, with a total of 256 points, we have the St. James Primary School. And we have a representative from the St. James Primary School. Oh, she's the youngest as well, someone is saying. Congratulations, let's make her feel welcome. Congratulations. All right, let's give it up for her. All right. In second place, we have, with a total of 267 points, and I might add as well that this particular school secured second place by the difference of 1 point. Coming in second, we have the Joycelyn Liburd Primary School. And we have a representative from the Joycelyn Liburd Primary School. Congratulations. Very well done. All right. And the winner of the individual round, so the first round, with a total of 268 points, so just 1 point extra. Let's give it up for the Violet O. Jeffers Nichols Primary School. Congratulations. All right. So as you are aware, we had 3 different categories this afternoon. We had the primary school students engaging in 2 different categories. So this would be for the individual round. So I'll allow them to get their photo up here before we move on to the choral. Congratulations. Let's give them a round of applause. They're the winners for today. Well, we're all winners. So we move on now to the choral round, which would have been for the primary school students. In 3rd place, with a total of 248 points, is the Ivor Walters Primary School. If we can have a representative from the Ivor Walters Primary School. Good job. Let's encourage her audience. And Principal Brown. All right. In 2nd place in their choral round, we have, with a total point allocated of 255 points, we have the Joycelyn Liebert Primary School. Congratulations. If we can have the representative. Congratulations. All right. In 1st place for the choral round with total points of 263, we have none other than the St. Thomas's Primary School. Congratulations. All right, so as you are aware, we had 2 segments for the primary school, the individual and the choral. Now I'm going to share with you the final scores that will determine the actual combined winner. So in 3rd place, with total points of 501, is the Ivor Walters Primary School. Congratulations. All right. Then we have second place. Does the audience want to guess who is the second place winner? I'm hearing too many things. What's that? St. Thomas's came second? No? So who came second? With a total amount of 506 points. Second place is the St. Thomas's Primary School. Congratulations. All right. So, the final winner in the primary school category. Who is it? Who do you think it is? JLP is very confident over here. Anybody else? Who is the winner? All right, let's get a drum roll for the final scores with a total of 522 points. This goes to none other than the Joycelyn Lyman Primary School. Congratulations. Let's give them a round of applause, audience. It's not an easy task. They would have placed in both segments. Congratulations. Congratulations, Joycelyn Lyman Primary School. All right. So as you're aware, we had the primary school segment and the secondary school segment. So we did have in the secondary school segment the Charlestown Secondary School and Gingerland Secondary School with a total amount of, just let you calm down a little bit there. With a total amount of 202 points. In second place, we have the Gingerland Secondary School. Let's give her a round of applause. If we can have the representative from the Gingerland Secondary School. And the teacher or head teacher. All right, congratulations, Jujuland Secondary School. So that means the winner of the secondary school category with a total amount of 243 points is none other than the Charlestown Secondary School. If we can have the representative from the Charlestown Secondary School. Congratulations. Congratulations, Charlestown Secondary School. I would also like to just let us give a round of applause for all the winners and all the schools this afternoon. All students will receive a participation medal, and this will be delivered to your school. Thank you so much again for coming to the This is Uwali Elocution contest, and we wish you a wonderful afternoon.